downtown for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town.
All right. Good afternoon. We are back. We are back live on a Monday from All Around Town Radio Studios here in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Let me check in with some folks here. Steve Downey in the house. How you doing, Steve? Hope you're doing all right out there. Butch Snyder, how are you, Butch? Welcome back. Thank you for that, Butch. Hi, Marie. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I did come back to the cold yesterday. It's not so bad today. It's not terrible, but it's sure not 87 degrees in beaches. I can tell you that. It is not. What's going on, Skip? Ray Renee. There's Ray Renee. She's going to join us on the program tomorrow. She'll be with us talking part 2 of our social media. Hot Topic Tuesday. Yeah. Had a brain blip there for a minute. Hi, Greg. Thanks for welcoming me back too, guys. I appreciate it. Carrie, thanks for being here. Hello, group, as he says. Hello, group. Jim McCarthy. Blah, 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 blah. See how long it's been for me? Jim McCarthy in the house. My resident producer. Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud. Thank you for being here. It is the first day of spring. Happy first day of spring, Sarah. Thanks for reminding us of that. Yes. Happy first day of spring. Thank you, Jim, for that. I appreciate it. Dewey in the house. This is not a rerun this week. No, we did the best of All Around Town Radio last week. You got a chance to see some fun shows. And boy, you guys supported last week even. Watching a bunch of them. A lot of views on those while we were out of town. I appreciate it very much. Glenn in the house on the YouTube channel. How are you? Thanks for being here. Jimmy Kilroy, thanks for the welcome home. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much. We had a great trip. I'll talk about it here in just a few minutes and tell you about a little bit of music we got to see. Not a ton, but we are going to also ask for you, if you haven't posted on our page yet, to drop in the comments who you got to see this week. We'd love to hear about it. I posted yesterday that I was looking for co-hosts to come on and talk about their weekend of shenanigans music with St. Patty's Day. And big zero. Big zero. Nobody wants to. So we're going to just quit asking about that. It's just plumb stupid sometimes. Give people a chance to come on and talk about their stuff. But, you know, thank you, Dave Yeck. I did bring the weather back. It'll be here, though. It's late. It got flight delayed. It'll be here on Thursday. The weather messaged me this morning and said the delay would be over and they'd be here on Thursday. You believe that? Yeah. Yeah. All right, Quentin, thanks so much for being here, man. Appreciate you watching later. For Quentin from Ladder watching later. Ladder. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Yeah, we had a great time at the beach. We were out of the country, actually. It was cool. Hi, George. Yes. Ray said saw Chelsea in the Chain Sunday. They rocked it out. I'm glad to hear that. Miss Chelsea Calloway, always rocking the house. Hi, Ray. Thank you for dropping in. Said Belle and the Bear was off the hook last Thursday. That's one that I hated to miss. Now, I will tell you, I was certainly out and about, and we were having fun where we were. But that was one with the rock and roll jam that I hated to miss. That was a star-studded cast. It was at the Bell last Thursday. So yeah, throw them in there if you guys have some. We'll talk about it. Yes, Chris, thank you. And I'm looking at comments as they pop in here. And Ray said she'll come out and talk about bands when she's seen more than one over the weekend. Yeah, well, there was people out there I know were at all kinds of shows, but you know, scared. They're scared. I'm harmless. The show you've got to be brave to come on is tomorrow's. You got to come on tomorrow's show if you want to really be brave and come on with Karis, because you never know what's going to come out of her. You don't. DJ Songs, did you change your name? Must have. Okay, he's on the YouTube. I see. He's on the YouTube channel. It does sound much better on YouTube. I appreciate that. Yes, I agree 100%. Shane said he saw Moonstone at the Fairborn Moose. Thank you for that on St. Patty's Day. Man, there was a hell of a St. Patty's Day party going on everywhere here in the local tri-state. Ton of it going on. Jimmy saw Michelle Robinson Duo and Kevin Cooper's Fun Size at Trillions. Thank you for that. And yes, Ray, you are brave for even coming on the show with us. So welcome, everybody. Monday, March the 20th. This is Backstage Hall Pass, your weekend update from the Hall Around Town radio studios, or if you abbreviate that, that's HATR, H-A-T-R, Hall Around Town Radio, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more, and your home for everything music. Don't forget to hit the share button anytime you have a chance, and we'd love to hear from you today in the comments as well, so throw them in there. Hello, 7 West. Kara in the house. How are you, Kara? Jordan Bodecker. How are you, Jordan? Good to see you as well. So we did very well with the numbers last week, despite being live. Not live, actually. We were all pre-recorded shows and such and recasts. And I got some great messages from people who watched the John Wade interview, and I appreciate that. In fact, Rick Kearns sent me a great message about that. And so many fans of John Wade, so thank you for watching that one again. We like to throw that one up every once in a while, so you have a chance to see it. What's Perry got to say? A book. Look at this. 17 hours of sound at the lounge. Jeez, that's a long day, my friend. DJing, running sound for Caleb Campbell, Kevin McCoy, and Eric Sears, Mike Pollock, Sean Fitzpatrick, as well as Lee Dixon, and a 3-hour acoustic set. Man, you're a rock star, Perry. Perry Waldron in the house. Hi, Diana. Thank you for dropping by. Great photographer, Diana, there. Gina McCann, the lovely Gina McCann with the voice like butter sprinkled with cayenne pepper. It's your signature line on my show. Jim McCarthy, there's his lineup for the weekend. Chelsea and the Chain. Wow. Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie rocks. She does. Yeah, Gina and Johnny at the bell. Look at you. Look at you go, Jim McCarthy. It's a ton of people. Ton of people. And Billy Sutherland from White Knuckle Weekend in the house. I know they played St. Patty's Day and had a great show, I'm sure. Yes. Shane says, Perry, I hope they gave you a pee break. I hope they did too, man. That's a 17-hour day doing all that. That's craziness. And he was probably running to take a little pee break. What's up, Cricket? Hold it. Cricket is back. I've got to find it. Where is it? There we go. Cricket in the house. Good to have you with us today, Cricket. Thank you for dropping by. So let me get to what we did, and then we'll get to what you did as well, because I've got all your notes and everybody that dropped stuff on our page packed into our prompter here. And Billy said Dublin Pub was packed. Oh, my God. Dublin Pub is crazy on St. Patty's weekend. It's so much fun. So much fun. Josh Morgan, thanks for being here, brother. Josh and I shared a few drinks at Kevin McCoy a few weeks ago at Mr. Burroughs on a Sunday. We had a great time there. Good to have you back, Cricket. It is. It is. All right. Let me talk about some things here. First and foremost, we appreciate that support while we were off on vacation. And secondly, don't forget to follow us on all the socials. Twitter. Hold on. I can do this if I try hard. Follow us on Twitter. Instagram, right there. There's my little logo for that. And follow us on the Tube of You as well at All Around Town. Everything else is all around town radio. That's how it works. So if you want to follow us, we'd appreciate that. Here's my disclaimer on my daily show. I should put it up on Tuesdays for sure, but the opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views and positions of our sponsors or any entities they represent. Thank you. Got to do that now, just to keep the sponsors happy. No, actually, my sponsors are great people. And Shane had quite a few Guinnesses. I will tell you where I was on St. Patty's Day. It was all I could do to find Jameson. Yeah. You know, they don't really celebrate St. Patty's Day, even in Florida, very much. And we flew into Florida on St. Patty's Day. They sure as hell weren't going to celebrate it on the island I was on called Curacao. Curacao is one of the ABC islands where we were. It's Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And we had a great time there for a week. And I'll talk about some things that went on there music-wise in just a minute. Bill got 5 videos of the Metal Jam last Thursday at the Bell and the Bear for me. Thank you, Bill. I'll go watch them. I will. I'm still unpacking, but I will definitely watch those. Thank you for doing that. Can't wait to see it. So today is National HIV Awareness Day and also National Ravioli Day, in case you were counting. Ravioli Day. Yes. Don't forget to send in your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday, guys. We could use those anytime. Send them private messages for that. And we'd love to have you. Do want to remind you that Wednesday this week, Side Piece is going to join us on Wednesday with the band at 5 p.m. So you'll want to tune in for that. Hey, Pete. Speaking of that, how are you? What's going on, Pete? Thanks for being here. So this week, guys, we were in a place called Curacao. If you've never been there, it's a beautiful location. Got one of the top 10 beaches in the world. One of their beaches there. This is a rocky lava formed island, so it's a volcanic island, but a cool place where they it's Dutch owned basically, or Dutch controlled. So they speak Dutch, they speak Spanish, and they speak English. So everything they do, we were at this all-inclusive resort, every show they do, everything has basically 3 different announcements about whatever they're doing in English, in Spanish, and in Dutch. And what was cool is their entertainment team there. These guys were great. Guys and gals were fantastic. It was like being on a cruise ship, you know, at the all-inclusive resort without being out on the water. And they did productions all day long. They did all kinds of fun stuff. But what was really cool about it was every time they did an announcement, it was in 3 languages. And each one of those guys and gals in the entertainment team could speak 3 languages. So that was wild. And just to tell you a little bit of the music, they had a big stage production one night. It was all tracks with singers singing. There was no real band. Never really saw a true big band there. We saw one on the streets when we were touring the town a little bit. But music-wise, they had the singers up there and some dancers and such going on right after their Carnival parade that went through the entire resort, which was fun. And also one night, a sax player that was fantastic. And man, I was on vacation, so I didn't get names or any of that stuff. You know, I just enjoyed sitting there with an adult beverage, which is all included, by the way, in the all-inclusive. And so you could drink all you wanted or as little as you wanted. And you could go eat at a variety of restaurants and such on the property as well. So we had fun. We rented a Jeep and took it around for 2 or 3 days, had some fun with that. But trumpet player one night was fantastic as well, right before the karaoke started. And I had to love the guy who was hosting karaoke. Island accent. The guy, I mean, if you turned out the lights, you weren't going to see this guy. I mean, all those islanders, you know, they are definitely dark complected, very. And, you know, he's talking in kind of a reggae / Spanish / accent. And he says to the group out there, just remember, don't be afraid to sign up for karaoke because you're never going to see these people again. And I thought, absolutely. You can just act up, do whatever you want because everybody at that resort is from all over the world. You're not going to see them again unless they catch you on video or something. So let's see. Shane DeMoss, how are you, man? Thanks for being here. It was amazing. Swimming with the sea turtles was priceless. I had 2 of them, actually. I was videoing underwater with my camera in a dry bag, and all of a sudden they both kind of ran into me, and it was cool. And they looked at me, I looked at them, and it was like, wow, this is awesome. And had a great time with the sea turtles and the pigs on the beach. Wild pigs, not boars like you would think that would come up and fight with you, but just wild pigs. There was a mom and her little piglets, and it was cool to see. And of course, everybody feeds them. They're very humanized animals there. Thank you, Cricket. I'll look at that as well on your YouTube channel. Hey, Gary Leisure, thank you for dropping in. So yeah, to sum up my week and being out of town, I missed this. The timing on this, we loved what we did, but the timing was tough with my music stuff, because certainly the St. Patty's Day is one of my favorite days of the year to get out and enjoy time with friends and music and such. And it looked like everybody that played St. Patty's Day, whether it was at any of the bigger events that went on, especially in Dayton, like at the Dublin Pub, Flanagan's Pub, or Harrigan's Tavern, Mo Harrigan's Tavern, I should say, looked like a fantastic crowd and great times. And then, of course, all the big places in the Cincinnati area, Rick's Tavern had a huge thing going on. The Bell and the Bear had a huge thing going on. Lots of fun stuff happening. Let me see what's going on here. Hi, Mike. Thank you. I am safe and sound. Safe, sound, and tan. See how long it lasts here in Ohio. And to the local dry true. I don't know what that is. Scotty Long, explain that to me, will you? Yeah. And, Curacao is the place they make the blue Curacao liquor, which is made of orange peels that are only grown on that island. And so we toured that factory. Watch on my private page if you want to see some pictures, but I'm not going to take you through the family road trip here. But I will tell you that the touring that liquor factory was amazing. It's very small. It's very hands-on, the folks that are doing it. And we had a blast doing that. And the tasting was wonderful as well. And they make just a small variety of things there, and including menthol spray, which is like a spray version of Vicks Vapor Rub they make in another factory there. So they alternate days, whether they're putting out the liquor or they're putting out the menthol bug type Vicks Vapor Rub spray, which I thought was very interesting. And what's going on, TJ? I hope to see you as well. And I'll message you, TJ, about a couple of things there. I got to chat with you. I'll message you this week. Jason Smith, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I love the Islanders accents. They're awesome. And they're fun. So just a couple more things. One thing that really struck us one morning, we were having breakfast at a restaurant there, and the DJ starts up at about 9 o'clock in the morning out by the pool and such. And he's playing reggae tunes. And all the reggae tunes that he was playing were, first of all, it caught my ear because it started with John Denver's Country Roads in reggae. Hey, Rick Kern, I just mentioned you, man. Thanks for that nice message on the John Waite show. I appreciate that. Rick Kern's a big fan of John Waite, and he got a chance to see that interview while we were out of town. Is a recast, but yeah. So, talking about this reggae music, think about Country Roads by John Denver done in reggae, Stuck on You, Lionel Richie song reggae, Obla D and Let It Be by the Beatles, we heard reggae, Islands in the Stream reggae, How Deep Is Your Love, Make It With You, Unchained Melody, all of those plus many, many more. And I will tell you, it's funny because you can find that exact playlist on YouTube. He was playing a YouTube channel, and it's called Reggae, Relaxing Reggae Versions. And it's all these American hits, but they're in a reggae accent with somebody else singing them and the reggae music backing it up. It was a blast to listen to. We had a blast. I went over and actually took a picture of his screen to find out what he was playing, because I had to try this. This is good music to put by your pool in the summer and such and watch. So Curacao, if you ever go there, guys, the island the people are wonderful. The island itself, in some places, looks like a third world country. I will tell you that. Our guy that rented us the car said, be in by dark at your resort. And I could see why. And we adhered to that, but our all-inclusive resort was beautiful. You could snorkel right out of your room, basically, and unbelievable sea life and such. And the sea turtle thing, Kara, was actually, we drove to that location. And it's interesting. They're in the wild. They're out in the ocean, but they come in because there are some gentlemen there who are fishermen who come in every day with their catch. And when they take the guts out of the fish, they chop it up into little fine pieces and toss it off the dock as they're yelling for tips. And if you tip him $5, I mean, he goes all out about USA and the Americans and all. I mean, he's a character, and we enjoyed that. But you can swim off that beach, you can snorkel everywhere, and it is definitely a tourist spot. It's where people go to see the turtles, and they're there. And what's funny is, yeah, they were chumming for turtles, but we never saw a shark, which I found very interesting because that was my first thought: is they're throwing bloody fish guts in the water. Are we going to see any sharks? And no, we didn't. So let's get back to music, though. Let me talk about music here for a minute. A couple more things that went on. The karaoke there was an absolute hoot. Like I said, he said, no one here will ever see you again. First lady that got up was, can I just say this out loud? I mean, she was huge. And she sang Baby Got Back. And she was twerking with a behind that looked like a Volkswagen Beetle. I just gotta say it. And the crowd went crazy. And then and then a little 4-year-old girl walked up, and I bet the people sitting next to me, she was going to sing the theme from Frozen. I won the bet. But yeah, good stuff. Well, Scotty, you will enjoy that. You'll enjoy all those ABC islands. Yeah, my next one's going to be Aruba, I think, as we can get there. So let me real quickly jump into a couple other things here, and then we'll talk about what some people wrote into the show about who they saw. And if you saw somebody play over the weekend that really wowed you, please put it in the comments. Love to hear from you. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Karis, myself, and Ray Renee will be talking social media again. Part 2 of our social media and bands dialogue. So join us for that tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So real quick, as we left the resort early Friday morning on St. Patty's Day, like at 4:30 a.m., and took a taxi to the airport there in Curacao and flew into Miami and landed in Miami. And of course, it's spring break time, and every airport in Florida looks like, I mean, it's like being in the prison yard. I think it was crazy, but we had a great time. Friday, we hit Isle Morada in the Keys, drove down there, and enjoyed the Isle Morada Brewing Company, a place called Lazy Days, for dinner. And there was one guy playing at Isle Morada Brewing Company. Now, he played on his breaks Irish music. It was St. Patty's Day. There were people there in, green T-shirts and the St. Patty's attire and all that. He didn't play one song himself that had anything to do with St. Patty's Day. And I will tell you, I'm just going to say this out loud. Musicians in this area we are so blessed with, because this guy was playing, and he, how do I put it? Nice. I'll try to be nice. No, I won't. He played guitar fantastically. I'll say that. He really did. He was a guitar virtuoso. He should have stuck to that, because his vocals sucked. They were awful. I mean, I could sing better than this guy, and I'd never get on stage and sing. So yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. Let me see. Ray says karaoke on vacations. But yeah, because nobody will care, and nobody's going to know you afterwards. They're just going to say it was that girl. They will. Hi, Tina. She said premonition and weekend effect. I hope you had a great St. Patty's party at your place up there at O'Connor's Irish Pub in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Springfield. She says side piece as well. All right. There's Jim with some stuff not to be missed in the future. Brandon Miller, thank you. And Jim, thank you for sending me some of that stuff you sent me this week. I appreciate it. Yeah, Alex, thank you. My brother from another mother on here. And Mike saw Don Alt Saturday night. He wowed him. Great to hear. Hi, Tina Reed. How are you? What's Dave got to say? Check out Next in Line. It's good. All right. What's up, Gene Thomas? Thank you for being here today. And Tina Reed says, Full House. Don Alt said the Whammies head fretboard rocking on Saturday. Super fun. The Whammies are great. They are. And as you can see, I'm trying to look at this screen, guys. I'm still eyeball. I'm about to have eye surgery. I think that's what's going to happen again for the 6th time. Yes. Had the fire marshal called on them at Trios. You know, I hate that goes on. People calling that in. There's so many Karens out there. Sorry. If there's a Karen on here right now, I apologize for using your name in vain. But you know what I'm saying. Yes. And I was a fire marshal at one time. I was. Well, fire chief. Does that count? Miss Jackie and Blackbone Cat at the bell. Gina said, I bet that was a wowzer. A wowzer it was. So Almirada Brewing Company had some great brews. Enjoyed that. There a bunch. There was a coconut mango beer that was amazing. Amazing. And then Saturday, we cruised into Fort Lauderdale, and Lauder Ale Brewing, as it's called. And that's where, if you saw on my personal page, I posted a thing about a beer that was made of, what was in that? Mango habanero. And it had a kick. It was good. And then there was another beer that was done with sriracha, Szechuan peppers. So it tasted like Chinese food. It did a little bit. That was cool. I always enjoy the taste testing and all that and seeing what happens. And Sarah said she saw a new band in Yellow Spring called River Folks. They were amazing. Thank you. Hi, Gary from the Simmons Sanctuary. Cara Mango Habanero. If I could have had that shipped to me, and they don't even bottle it there. It's just one of their on tap ones. I would have had it shipped here. It was fantastic. Scott could have gotten big trouble on that one. He could. It was like drinking spicy Kool-Aid, kind of. Yeah, it was good. So real quick, guys, to finish it up today, I want to thank you for supporting throughout the week while we were gone. I want to say Sunday, I got a chance to catch some local music here yesterday. Met my good buddy Hollywood over at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. He was up this way, and he stopped in there for he and Lady Hollywood stopped in there for a cold one, and we had a chance to catch a little bit of Nate Jenkins and Shannon that were there singing. Shannon Schmidt at Mr. Burroughs. It was supposed to be Carrie Hunley and Shannon Schmidt. Carrie had to call off, so Nate filled in for him, did a great job. They were singing, had a great crowd there at Burroughs on a Sunday, and enjoying themselves quite well. So some really good tunes, too, a good mixture of tunes there at Mr. Burroughs Tavern yesterday for just about an hour while I was there. But it was good. So don't forget tomorrow with Ray Renee and Karis and I on our Hot Topic Tuesday. We'll see you for that one. If you have a hot topic, I would love to have you send one to us. If you have something we should be talking about on the air, we'd love to hear. And certainly would like to chat with you. And Don says the metal show at the Bell and the Bear on Thursday was, that was one that it was pulling at me, man. I was out of the country, but I was like, I want to see that. And I was catching a few live videos here and there that would pop up when we had good Wi-Fi and stuff. And I was, oh man, would have loved to have seen that one. Thank you, Glenn. All right, let me know. We'll catch up for sure. And let me talk real quick about some highlights I saw come in on the page here. And tune in tomorrow at 5 for more social media and bands. We're going to dig a little deeper tomorrow about that than we did on the last show. So come on in and check it out. Tessa Lynn Ellis said she saw she did a cover band crawl. Started at Fretboard with the Whammies, Ricks to see Stagger Lee, and then ended up at Jimmy B's. So much talent. Thank you for that. Who else did we have that I saw some good ones here? Sean Poole got a mention by Lisa. Shannon Fitzwater said she saw Shaken and Stirred and Shamrock Shindig at St. Patrick's in Troy. Keisha saw Ghost Train at Good Time Charlie's. Mike Sievers watched Until Rust. Went to the Dublin pub and checked out White Knuckle Weekend from behind the drum kit where he plays. And Nikki said Chelsea and the Chain was phenomenal last night. I did get a chance to see a video of that Dewey tagged me in. Thank you, Dewey, for that. by the way. And I think it was your video, Nikki. So great job on the video. Also, one that, Kevin posted the Eagles project that he took a while back that I was wowed by, and Rick Kern's falsetto just blew me away. I sent that to 2 venues that I know that book big acts, and I'm hoping they'll reach out to the Eagles project and have them there. Mark Bransford and a bunch of other people went to see Billy Strings over the weekend. I heard that was great. DV8 had a great show, according to folks on the page. And wow, Stranger and Love Bomb got a lot of shout outs as well. They played this weekend. And Blackbone Cat and Miss Jackie always get the shout outs. Huge stuff. Hey, Rick Kern, anytime, my friend, man, that video that Kevin posted, you killed that song. Taking it to the limit one more time. If you haven't seen the Eagles project, guys, next time they come anywhere near you, drop what you're doing and be there. Amy Hatfield saw Audio Mayhem and Route 88. Heath Bowling doing the Route 88 thing. Chelsea and the Chain getting a lot of shout outs on the page. Gina McCann mentioning Blackbone Cat and Miss Jackie. And then Brandon Miller Band. She said it was a terrific weekend of music. I love to hear that when people do that. And Shane saw Moonstone and on St. Patty's Day at Fairborn Moose Lodge, packed the house. So many guys, so many on there. Watch our page. Check out that post. There's about 100 people that commented on who they saw. So that's how it worked. And Ray Renee said you sounded awesome on Thursday. I think she's talking about Rick Kern. And Rick, I did catch one video Thursday, man. You and I think you and Steve from Mad Hatter were killing it up there. And Jamie playing some great guitar. So thank you guys for that. And folks, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm done. I'm out of time. I am out of time. We're past the 30-minute mark today. And I'm glad to be back with you live here at the Hall Around Town Radio Studios. If you have any comments, suggestions, if you're watching after we're live, please make sure you drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And again, don't forget to share the show and support live local music. We appreciate you all being here. We'll leave you with the old theme song from Sweet Sister Mercy. Bye-bye, everybody.
Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
It's the Weekend Review. It's 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the Who's Who of talent.